training portion of tonight, Wealth Builders team call. And we are ready to lock and load, rock and roll. Welcome to the call, everybody. Bobby, Jerry, I see a lot of you guys out there. Janice, Jill, John, Kleins, the newest influencers, Tawny. Welcome, everybody, and others that are joining. And if they're going to watch a replay or if they're watching on Facebook, welcome. Okay. All right, guys. And I'm going to give you some nuggets. So I want to talk to you tonight. I want to share some stuff with you, just for leadership, not to convince you, but to lift you, to try to empower you, to try to get your belief level to the next level, to try to get your belief and your mindset one step further than it is today. And so there's some things that we're going to talk about in this call that hopefully are going to give you some of those building blocks that's going to do for you. So the first thing I want to do is I want to share with you about belief in the building blocks. The belief, your belief level. Every day we go out into the marketplace, out into our local markets, the cities across the country. We're talking to people. Every day we're on Facebook. Every day we're bumping into people within a few feet of us while we're standing in line somewhere. How often someone, I don't want to use the word pitch you, but they introduce you to something. That something could be a way to be a home travel agent and work from your house. That could be a weight loss product that people are getting amazing results on in a short amount of time. And man, all you got to do is just try it. You can start making money. That could be a skincare product that takes away wrinkles and makes you look 10 years younger. And, you know, after they use it for a while, how many of us in the local markets out here today, it could be the CBD business, you know, and all the benefits that it actually has. And so we are introduced, or we are people cross paths. The reason I'm sharing this story with you, and I want to open with this, is because it's going to lead into all the other things. So part of my training tonight, I want to share with you just one person that I met recently. I want to share with you how I met her, how we actually connected. I'm going to introduce her to the group. And I want to let her share with you her background, where she's from, why she's excited, and what she's doing so far in a short amount of time to build her business and how she's actually doing it. Start off with how we met. And I started this call about telling you how much I believe in your belief, in the belief. So Rob, you have the slide about the water. The belief is important. Belief is everything. If we set a glass of water on a table, there's a part of this world that would look at that glass and they would argue with us that it's half empty. That's how they view the world. There's a part of the world that would view the glass as half full, because that's how they view the world. It's all mindset. We decide, is the glass half empty? We decide, is the glass half full? Argue all day about it. It's only filled to the halfway level. How do we see it? How are we going to view that glass? I'm going to argue that it's half full. I like to try to look at the positive in everything, not that it's half empty. So I was recently connected with someone through Facebook. People in here have a Facebook account. You have Facebook. Many people get messages from people on Facebook. We just connect. We start chatting. We start introducing ourselves. How are you? I had a privilege of recently meeting someone on Facebook that I'd never talked to before. Her name is Lori. You're going to talk to Lori here shortly. Lori was introducing me to something, and we started talking on the telephone. We actually scheduled a call the very next day. We had a conversation over the phone, and I got to know a little bit about Lori, a little bit about what she does. And that call went about 54 minutes, if I remember it correct. You all know how many calls I do. I do quite a bit of calls. Probably the last 20 minutes of that call, maybe 25 minutes, I don't know, but the last portion of that call, I shared with Lori a little bit about Uforia. I shared with her the disruptive technology that Uforia had and the unique proposition in the marketplace that Uforia brings. How it's the paradigm shift and how it's the future. And I shared with her all of the things that I actually believe in my heart and in my head. Because I have to believe that that glass is either half empty or half full. So my belief is high when I talk about Uforia. It's high. Long story short, we got off that conversation, and I had no idea that someone had already sent her some information about Uforia because I had never met Lori before. We didn't know each other. We've never crossed paths. She's on the opposite side of the country from me. She's in California. I'm in Baltimore. We've never seen each other. We've never talked, except this phone conversation. And I'll tell you what happened at the end of that conversation. At the end of that conversation, when we were off the phone with each other, I found myself walking back into my office at home. And you all know how your phone gives you an alert. It says your team is growing. Your team is growing. Congratulations, Robert Carlisle, your team is growing. Congratulations, Sharon Klein, your team is growing. Well, I got one of those alerts. And I'm not kidding you. It had to be less than 5 minutes. Phone with Lori. I sent Lori my link. So I knew that she didn't have my link, but her name was right on my phone. There it was, Lori Danette. Myself, wow, that's interesting. That's neat. All right. And then I sent her a little smiley face and a text back and said, welcome to the team. I share that with you because I guess in that call, my belief level was big. You have to decide, we have to decide, we as leadership, we as influencers have to decide. Listen, when we walk out those doors, my friends, you either decide to be sold or sell someone, basically. You can either cave into their belief or they're going to listen to yours. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, I say, well, let's compare notes. I say it a little bit softer than that. I'll say, well, let's compare notes because somebody's telling me about their business and about and I say, man, that sounds really interesting. Sure, I want more information. I let them go, and then I say, well, let's compare some notes. Through this belief that we all need to have, it's going to empower you to attract. It's going to empower you to attract people that you know and people that you've never met. Now, what I want to do is I want to take the next whatever minutes, and I want to bring Lori on because Lori not only got engaged, she actually went to work, meaning that she constantly is introducing Uforia product to people. do as many three-way calls with Lori as I do anybody. As many. I do three-way calls with many people, and a lot of them. Many people know. But Lori is right up there. In a short amount of time, I do three-way calls all throughout the week with Lori. In fact, I just did one maybe 3 hours ago, and she just did another enrollment. She's going to share all this with you. I don't want to take her thunder. But I wanted to share with you a little bit about who she is, what her background is, why she decided she wanted to just decide. She decided to be part of this. And she decided she was going to do it. And she just didn't enroll and say, oh, okay, I'm here. I mean, she actually decided, I'm doing this. Like, I'm getting enrolled and I'm taking action. And I applaud her for that. So let's welcome to the call out of California. And I want to turn it over to Lori Danette.
Hi, it's good to be here. Can you hear me okay?
You're good, Lori.
Okay, all right. Well, it's just been an exciting journey being part of Uforia. And I made the decision to just start going forward with it. I am getting my doctorate as a naturopathic doctor, and so I see how this is going to be a great tool for that as well. But I just want to impact as many lives as possible with the nutrition. It's been a long time of being a health coach and just trying to guess out what is good for people. The blind nutrition has been the only thing that I've ever known. And so finding the DNA nutrition was just exciting to me. And one of the things that I know, especially with network marketing, is that it's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the better, and the more you're going to have to go through a lot of no's to get to the yes. The no's just mean not yet. And I've learned that especially with Uforia. Everybody is interested in DNA and DNA nutrition. And the ones that say no right now, they mean not yet, because I've actually had some people contact me back with more questions, and I kind of drip on them with our videos. And I never want to appear selling. I don't like to sell, so I want to just give them information and share that information with them. And then they end up contacting me back and they want to talk some more about it. But I'll just share a little bit as far as what I do for marketing. What I do is I make sure that I'm building relationships with people, and that's on Facebook and LinkedIn. And Facebook is pretty much, it's a dedicated time that I spend every day. Everyone, we get those notifications for birthdays, everybody we know that's having birthdays. So I make sure I go on and I wish everybody a happy birthday. And I don't do anything, I don't approach them any other way. I let them have their day of celebration. They usually say thank you. I usually say you're welcome, how you doing? The next day is when I'll contact them and I'll just let them know. Now I do have an ebook. I have something that I give them for free that builds a little more rapport, but you don't have to do that. But I'll just let them know, hey, I have a contest at work. I need to get 10 people to watch a quick 3-minute video. Would you be willing to be one of my 10 people? And their response, I've already built a rapport with them. Sure, they'll do me a favor. They'll I send them the video through the app, and they watch it, and they usually message me back, because at the end of the pre-written email that we have, it'll say to give me a call and contact me when they're available. So they usually email me or they message me right back saying that they're available. They want to talk to me on Monday at 3 or something like that. And then that's when I usually do a 3-way with Rob. LinkedIn is pretty much the same thing. What I do is I endorse everybody that is scheduled for that day to be endorsed if you're used to LinkedIn. And then I also wish everybody happy birthday. And then I also do invitation look, and I try to target the people that I want to invite. So I'll look under doctors, I'll look under estheticians, health coaches, personal trainers, you know, anyone that I think would benefit from being able to provide DNA nutrition for their clients, even pharmacists. And so when they accept my invitation, I'll usually thank them for connecting. I'll send them my ebook, or you know, at least thank them for connecting and ask how they're doing and what exactly they do for a living, you know, what they do, depending on what point. I ask them, hey, I have a contest at work. I need to get 10 people to view a 3-minute video. Would you be willing to be one of my 10 people? I always build a rapport with them before I ask them for a favor. And it always has a great response. One thing that I did add into it is I have access to 3-day, 2-night vacation voucher. And that has been really a good tool for me as well, because what I do is I incorporate that into that one little script. I say, hey, I have a contest at work. I need 10 people to watch a 3-minute video, and in appreciation for that, you'll receive a 3-day, 2-night vacation voucher. Would you be willing to be one of my 10? And it's so funny because people will totally forget about that voucher. They see the video, they want to know more, and they're more interested in setting that appointment for me to connect with them over the phone. And they'll forget all about the voucher, and then I'll usually send it anyways. But those are just some of the ideas that I can bring to the table that have been working for me. And I usually have several 3-way calls, sometimes 1 or 2 a day. I don't know, Rob, I think it's been on an average of 1 a day for a while there. So, but that's just been what's been working for me. Main thing is building rapport with people and stay consistent with doing the happy birthdays on Facebook. And if you work LinkedIn, make sure you consistently do the endorsements, and that's just it. Just network marketing is relationship building, and social media makes it really easy when they have things already set for you. That's kind of my work schedule during the day. My daily work schedule is birthdays on Facebook and endorsements on LinkedIn.
So that was awesome. I so appreciate you sharing. I want to ask you a question, because this is a learning exercise. This is a learning exercise for the team. This is a learning exercise for leaders, influencers. This is a learning exercise for brand new people that haven't even joined yet, that are going to be watching this. Brand new people that have already joined haven't started building yet. So I'm going to ask you a question. So before you and I ever met, or before we talked, you apparently had already saw a little bit about Uforia. True or false?
I did.
Okay. So you had seen a little bit about. We want to peel back the onion. I want these guests, I want these people to be able to have a deeper dive, because they are prospecting people, and they may have done exactly what was happened with you. So we want to create a learning exercise for every one of us out of the call. So I want you to share how, we don't have to mention names, but how is it that you were prospected? Was it just like through Facebook? Was it a text message? Share with everybody how you were prospected with Uforia. Was it you may have had a conversation, I'm not even quite sure, but I'd like for you to give them a deeper dive, because you hadn't engaged. I want you to share maybe your mindset, because after you got off the call with a complete stranger, you joined this business in less than 10 minutes. True?
Right. True.
Okay.
Yes.
So and we never knew each other. So walk them through how you were introduced. What did you actually see or watched? Did you follow back up with that person? Did they follow back up? Where were you at in your process, if you will, if that makes sense? Because
Right.
these people that are on this call right now, they want to know this stuff.
Well, I was doing my daily routine, like what I just got through explaining, only it was for a different company. And I ended up prospecting the first person that approached me about Uforia. I ended up prospecting him, and in return, what he did was he totally tore apart my current company that I was prospecting. And so that was kind of an ouchy moment for me. It just kind of rubbed me, put down someone else's business to bring yours up, because it never does bring yours up. It actually destroys any kind of rapport you might have with someone. I did genuinely want to know a little bit more about Uforia, and so I kind of put my hurt feelings aside and offense aside, and I got some more information. He went through the whole process of showing me the video, and even sent me his SNPs report. But again, as on a professional basis, I did not want a relationship with him because of how he handled me under the first impression. So I kind of waited for a little bit. I kept working with the company that I was prospecting for, and I ran across another distributor for Uforia who wanted to share at a much better level. He was very sincere, didn't tear down my opportunity. And so I just had a few more questions, and he really spoke from his heart. But he couldn't quite answer all of my questions. And as a health coach, I had a lot of nutritional questions, so I wanted to get those answered. So I just kind of held back a little bit, and then I ended up prospecting you, Robert. And then at that point, we had our talk, and I think I picked your brain for about, like you said, about an hour. And I ended up getting my questions answered. And you ended up being the upline to the person that I respected, who I spoke to, the second person that I had spoke to, who I said spoke from the heart. And so I felt loyal to him. I had no idea that you were his upline. And so I felt loyal to him, and because of how he handled himself, and I went back and I enrolled under him instead of the first guy that I had talked to. So it's really all about presentation, about how you present. You always want to build the other person up, and because you never know. I mean, I was part of another company, and because it was handled correctly, I ended up signing up. So you never want to tear down someone else's business. That's first and foremost, because the last thing you want to do is lose somebody's respect, and it kind of makes things a little awkward too, not just for business reasons, but if you burn bridges with people, it's not a positive experience just for life, for a relationship, whether it's business or not. I mean, these were Facebook contacts that I have, and now I have no desire actually to connect with that first person. I wished him well, and I told him, I ended up telling him that I did sign up under another distributor so that he would know that I am with the company, and I wished him well. So I hope that, you know, down the road when we go to a convention or something like that, we can be friendly. But that's a huge thing, is never tear somebody down when you're trying to make a first impression.
Yeah. I'm glad you shared that. And I'm going to go back to, she's totally correct. We don't have to tear down their coffee deal or their CBD deal or their travel deal or their weight loss deal or their skincare deal or any deal that they're in. We don't have to tear that down. It's not part of the process. One of the things that I want to take you back to when Lori was evaluating information, she was a health coach and she had questions. You know where the, in my opinion, was that whoever prospected her and shared that information, there was a gap there. There was a lapse. And so I would have thought somebody should have put them on the phone with somebody sooner rather than later. Because when is the bread freshest? Comes out of the oven or 3 days later? You want to strike when it's hot. So one of the things that we can learn from this particular experience is, and Lori is fantastic with this, when she's running offense, okay, when she's running offense and she's doing the prospecting and she's sharing the information, I can tell you right now, she doesn't wait. She doesn't delay to get them on the phone with me. She will text me okay, how is this time, on this day? And I mean, it's on the calendar. I mean, she puts it right on the calendar. So one of the lessons to learn here is a couple. You don't have to tear down what they're doing in order to prospect them. All we need to do is share what we got. Our belief level has to be stronger than theirs. Our belief level has to be stronger than theirs. I believe that if I'm prospected right now and somebody shares with me a travel deal, travel's wonderful. I travel. As a matter of fact, I just got back from Atlanta. I'm not going to dispute, hey, listen, I travel. But as far as the business concerned, for me to go into, I don't know, being an agent, they need another one of those like I need another hole in my head. Like, I mean, there's so much competition with stuff that's not even network marketing for travel. I feel like I didn't stand a chance. I feel the same way with CBD right now. I feel the same way if I was involved with Coffee Wars back in the day, or prior to Coffee Wars, if it was the Juice Wars, like all the different, whether it was Noni or Monavie or just the whole list went down, I kind of feel that same way. My belief level is bigger than my opponent. And that's what I want. That's what I want you to have. That's, as we get into this call and we share some more of this information, I'm just trying to get your belief level. I don't want you to be unprofessional when you introduce this to people. I don't want you to tear down what it is that they have. But I want your belief level at another notch. That's all. Because somebody's going to believe somebody. We'll compare notes, so to speak, because I'll sit down with people often and I say, yeah, that's very interesting. Of course I've heard about that. As a matter of fact, I know some people there. Let's compare some notes. One of the notes you'll often hear me say, it really touches a pain point with people, but I try to engage in that conversation. Once I do what Lori said, one of the nuggets that she said was she has to build the rapport first. Very important. Try to build a rapport first. So once I have the rapport, if somebody is showing me their whatever product it is, then I can say, yeah, I know that product works and I know that people get results from it. One of the challenges that I have with it is I introduce it to people and they try it, and then they go to Google and they find the very same product on all these other websites, and they not only find it on other websites, but they find it for 10 or 15 or 20% cheaper. Can you see how that may be a problem? spoiled, man. I am totally spoiled. I don't have a problem with anyone. Literally. I lose no one. There's no way to circumvent me. There's no way to circumvent us. We're the only ones that do what it is that we do. So as you build the rapport, and then as I compare some notes, my belief level is high, and it stays that way. Somebody's going to believe somebody at the end of that conversation, at the end of comparing those notes, at the end of the discussion. If this was trading in your car, this was a piece of real estate, some appraiser comes out and says it's worth $100,000. Somebody else comes out and says, no, it's more like $150,000. You got two opinions. They both got some evidence. They both have the reason as to why they have their belief. At the end of the discussion, somebody's going to prevail. I don't know if it's the 150 or if it's the 100. Whoever has the best evidence, the strongest conversation, his belief, it's probably going to determine the conversation. Is that 150? Is it 100? I watch that happen all the time. These discussions, your belief is going to matter. I'm going to roll on to some more slides. Lori, everybody on this call so much appreciates you getting on and hearing, because this business is all about new blood. All about new blood. It's about people that are coming in, taking action. What is it that they're doing? And we all have the same product. We all have the same website. We all use the same video. We all have the same mobile app. We all sell the product for the same price. Sell the same black kit, this little black box, the acquisition pack that goes out to their house. So really, we all have the skills. Sometimes we just need to hear a voice or what people are doing and how they're actually doing it. So I thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
And so and Lori, so just share this before you leave. When did we do your very last three-way call?
Our last three-way call was, let's see, what time is it now? 7, probably about 5 hours ago.
And when did
6 hours ago. 6 hours ago.
And when did you enroll that person?
Probably about 5 hours ago.
Okay. Case closed. So Lori's belief level, okay, is coming up. Lori's belief level is just on the rise. You know, it's just on the rise where she operates her business, where she operates her sharing, when she talks to people, her belief level is on an upward swing. You know, it's on an upward swing. So up and away, Lori.
Thank you. Thank you. The main thing is operate from your heart. I never try to convince anyone. I speak from my heart out of just wanting to make everybody's life better and help them live a healthier life. And that's where I speak from, and it's sincere. I'm not trying to sell, and that's the big thing, is find what's in your heart and work from there.
Awesome. All right, Mr. Carlisle, we're ready for some of the next slides. All right, my man. So which one are you, half empty or half full? Half empty or half full? You have to decide. Every day we get up, how do you view the world? How do you view it through your eyes? When you go out in the world, people are going to argue with you that it's half empty. They're going to argue with you. They will tell you why that glass is half empty. I'm going to argue all day long until my last breath. That's half full. Next slide. There's 7 billion people on the planet. is at the ground floor. I need to get your belief level up. I'm going to talk about some things right now that you will be thinking about when you go to sleep. You'll be thinking about when you wake up. You'll be thinking about during this week. I want you to think about it. There's 7 billion people out there. If you walked out your door right now and talked to 10, chances are all 10 people don't even know what Uforia is. I don't care what city you're in. I want you to pretend that 99% of the world, 99% of the marketplace told you and me that we were crazier. We were crazy. Absolutely crazy. That there's no... Oh, Rob, did I lose you? Rob, did I lose you?
I hear you.
You do?
Yes.
I don't know what happened to my screen, guys. I'm lost. Hang on a second. There I am. I hit screen shifted. Sorry about that. I'm back. All right. The screen just like shut off my page there. I don't know what happened. 1%. If we can just get 1% to actually believe what we believe, what is it that we believe? We believe that personalized health, wellness, and beauty products is a better solution to the public. That's what we believe. We believe that one size fit all is going to become obsolete. That's what we believe. We believe just like Uber offered a better experience to people that travel, therefore, they took a huge share of the transportation marketplace in major cities around the world. We believe that if we only got 1% of the entire population, there's 70 million people. My question is for us, how many of those people are going to be in our genealogy report buying their product on a monthly basis? And 99% of the world told you and me that we were crazier than hell. That's okay. Can you imagine if we tapped 2% of the market, 3% of the market, 4% of the market? That means if we tapped 4% of the market, 96% of the people told us we were crazy. 70 million people is a lot of people. And right now, nobody knows about us. So we're in the process, ladies and gentlemen, right now, of tapping into that percentage of those people. The Uber cars are out. They're picking up passengers. They started somewhere with their first pickup, the second pickup, with the first city, the second city, the third city, the next country. And they started. Your business is open. We're in motion. We're in the process right now of swabbing the first 1%. As a company, a company. Now let's look at it from a company. If the company had 70 million subscribers, 1% of the market that felt that personalized nutrition made more sense. $159 a month product. That's 11 billion 130 million. I want you to read that number one more time. 11 billion 130 million. By the way, that's a month, not a year. Okay, so that is those subscribers, No new startups, no kits. That's just 1% subscribing for their monthly product. Now let's go to the next slide. There is your number for the annual revenue for the company on a 12-month basis. And then you have to add in all of the new starts and all of the customer acquisition packages that they're going to start off with. I want to just get your thinking to the next level, that's all. I just need you to expand. I just need you to realize, number one, what we have. Two, exactly where we are. Where are we? We're at the very forefront. What if we walked out the door and talked to 10 people and 6 of them told us, oh yeah, I already know about that. As a matter of fact, my wife uses that, or yeah, I've been on that. Versus walking out the door right now, talking to 10, and all 10, no matter where you are, have no idea what it is. That's where we are. This is what we have the opportunity to go build. We're going to build it. It's going to happen overnight? Nope. It's going to happen over the next few years. Excellent. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. Because, again, we're going to talk about the mindset. So I have people that call me up on the phone. Rob, it's the price. Rob, it's the price. It's the, Susie Coco said that, if it wasn't $159, she'd be signing up 13 diamonds from another company and 14 platinums and, and some vice presidents. And, if we could sell it for whatever, listen to this noise. No, what Susie doesn't realize is that 10 years ago, we beta tested this bad boy. Very same product. So I want to remind those of you that are on the telephone, and you may not know this. Some of you do know this, and a few of you actually were around and participated in it, that are in this company right now. Beta tested this product at a $129 price point 10 years ago. Over 40,000 subscribers. They couldn't even fulfill the orders properly on a monthly basis because of their manual process. And when people didn't get their orders, they were pissed off. They didn't want to cancel. They didn't shut off their credit card. They merely picked up the phone and they sent in the emails and wanted to know when was their product being delivered, because they were without it now for the past 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks. How much longer do they need to wait? It's 10 years later, the product's $1 more a day, and some people act like they're having a heart attack, a heart failure. I don't know whether to laugh or be sad for them. It's literally $1 more a day. It's $30. 10 years ago, they had about 70 ingredients. Right now, they have close to 100. 10 years ago, there was 500,000 different possible formulations. Today, over 400 million formulations. 10 years ago, it was a manual process. Today, it's totally automated through the Nutritionator. We're in a whole different dynamic right now today, but I also want to, just in a common sense thing, and again, my job is not to pitch you as team members. I'm just giving you facts. Facts. You have to decide. Glass half empty is the glass half full. You have to decide value there or is the value not? I can't put that in you. And I certainly don't want you to fake it. The people that are going to win are going to be the people that believe it. They believe it. They believe in the value of the product. Amazing, because I actually get people that tell me that, oh my God, $159. Plus they have the nerve to charge you taxes. Could you believe that they would actually charge you taxes on that? As if they pay no taxes on anything else that they ever buy. Like this is, like, plus they charge you taxes. And plus there's actually shipping. Imagine that. But here's what I know. I also know that I find myself talking to people who wonder how in the heck the company does it for $159. Literally wonder how all those ingredients, when they look at their DNA report and they look at the back, they look at the actual ingredients and they look at the dosage, the milligrams, etc., and they wonder, my God, like, fantastic. It's fantastic. So we have to discuss. Right now, I want to discuss with you how I'm building my business, and I want to give you some nuggets on how you should build yours. But remember, it's your business. So you're going to build it how you decide to build it. I'm going to give you a couple examples. We can go out here and go after the networkers. Most of the networkers, they live literally like hand to mouth. Most of them. Deal to deal. Hop, skip, and a jump. They bounce, hop, skip, and a jump. I'm not talking bad about a networker. I'm presenting a lot of evidence. I'm just presenting a lot of facts. Here's what happens. If they can't make a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, they bounce into another deal. It's just a fact. It didn't just start happening in 2019 or 2018. It happened 10 years ago too. It's just the way it seems to work. So if you're building your business, do you want to go after the networker and bring them in who tells you the price is too high, and then when they go, you ever heard the expression, birds of a feather? You finish the sentence. Birds of a feather together. Exactly. That's exactly what happens. So when they go talk to their colleague, it's the same exact thing. But I want to tell you who your audience is, and I want to show you what you could build here, and I want you to put your thinking cap on for a minute, and I want you to stay with me, because I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you how you will build an absolutely rock solid. Did you hear what I said? Rock solid residual income with this product. Rock solid. You see, I could bring on people that I randomly pick out right now on my team, and I could get them on this call, and they would talk to you about the price sensitivity, about price. One thing you would notice, you might not see their ID. You may not be able to look at their exact birth date, but you're not an idiot. Most of you would be able to tell that it's a 40 and over crowd I'm building my business with. Most of you would also know that after talking to those people, that the people that I'm building my business with are gainfully employed. They either have some type of business that has nothing to do with network marketing. They're executives, they're professionals. These people actually make good money. They make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000, and some of them much more. My point is, they're gainfully employed. Gainfully employed. Not just making it in life, they're gainfully employed. Imagine if we were selling hearing aids. I know that somebody would defy my belief and say, oh, well, there's got to be somebody that's in their 20s that uses a hearing aid. Okay, you win. There is. But the majority of them are a whole hell of a lot older than 20. In their 20s. The majority of users of hearing aids is well over 20. If I was going to market hearing aids, somehow I would want to get into places that would get me into the people where the hearing aid could be of service. Probably not people 20-some years old. Although there may be one in a blue moon, I don't want to eat every one in a blue moon. I want to eat regularly. So I would want to target the market of people that would facilitate lots of business of hearing aids. Right now, I'm selling DNA customized nutrition. I want to resonate, is the 26-year-old a nice person? Absolutely. But some of them, the rims on their car is more important than their health. I see Tawny's head shaking up and down, totally and agree. So I want you to think about, who are we marketing to? Who are we marketing this product to? I always tell people, if I had to go in the street tomorrow and panhandle, if I had to go dumpster diving, if I was from Monday through Friday, if I could only have a cardboard sign and says, please help, or would work for food or whatever, I would go into the city of Baltimore, into the lowest, brokest, poorest area of Baltimore. I would go into the higher affluent. If I had a dumpster dive, I'd probably find something. Or if somebody wanted to reach in their pocket and pull out, it wouldn't be a quarter or 50 cents. I may actually get $5 or $10. The point is, you have to be in the right, you got to fish in the right pond. Some people just go out here and they go guns a-blazing. They go 100 miles an hour and they're chasing their ass. They're literally like chasing their ass. They're running around. I don't want you to run around. I don't want you to be ineffective. Did you hear what Lori said? Did you hear when she said she goes into their profile and actually looks to see who is the pharmacist, who is the health coach, who is the this, who is the that? Did you hear what she said when she was talking about that? I hope it didn't go over your heads, because she literally targets the prospects on who she's going to prospect. So important. So important. Next slide. Now, I'm not picking on any company. I just went on the line on the internet, and I just happened to pull up a couple slides because I have to validate pricing. Validate pricing. Now, some of you may have never heard of this before. Some of you may. There's a gel that people buy on an Easy Ship. The company's name is right there on the slide. Some people get results from it, some people don't. It's not made for the individual, it's mass produced. It's $169. What's my point? My point is, somebody's buying it. They're building a company at a $169 product in a one-size-fit-all, and they're selling it to the masses. I could join that company and try and sell that product, and I think people may use it for a little while, and then they drop it off, and then if they can find it on Amazon, they may get it there, et cetera, or find it cheaper, et cetera, and I fall into that same spot where I'm losing them as fast as I'm catching them. But my point is, more than our product. True? Next slide. Here's product. A water dietary supplement on the people Easy Ship. Once again, hey, listen, I'm not slamming the company. I only want to use the numbers. I'm just here to compare notes. What's it say the price is? $135. people auto shipping this product right now. Water dietary supplement bundle. And I'm sure people will tell you, some people tell you they're getting results from it. And I'm sure some people will tell you that they don't know if they're getting results from it. I don't really care if they're getting results or they're not getting results. My point is it ships for $135. Next slide. Coffee. Coffee. There's many coffee deals that are still out there right now. Here's a coffee product. There you go. One order, $74.99. By the way, that was found on Amazon. Robert just fit the slides. So probably in their back office, it's a little bit more, but $74.99. I'm not here to tell you whether the coffee's the best coffee on planet Earth or whether it's the third best coffee, the most popular coffee. All I know is people talk about the coffee and they tell you that it makes you happy, it does this, it does the other thing, and it does whatever, and you should drink it. But it's interesting that it's $75. So see, we can pick, as entrepreneurs, every one of us on this call, we pick half full, half empty. Are we in the coffee business? Are we in weight loss business? Do we want to be in the skincare business? Do we want to be in the travel business? The truth of the matter is none of it's easy. None of it is easy. But what I chose to do is take the one that made the most sense, the one that I thought I would need to convince. I don't need to sell. I can tell you one thing right now. If I picked this one right here, I couldn't say that. Tell you to get this pouch with that brand at that price, I have to try to tell you something as to why you should drink this one. Because there are a lot of choices when it comes to this particular product. True? A lot of choices. So I don't want to be in the selling business. Is there a slide? Or that's the last slide. Okay. So where I want to wrap up with is when you guys go out and you're sharing, somebody has to believe somebody. Guys, I believe that we have lightning in a bottle. I believe that when I compare notes, I believe that when I talk to someone, I'm going to be in their head. Sleep when they wake up, I'm going to have said something. My belief is going to be stronger than their belief. It's also how you say what you say, which is a whole nother training. How you say it. If you're just humdrum, monotone, and well, you know, it is customized and you can, you know, you do swab your cheek and then when you kind of get it back and then it'll kind of show you and then you don't need to have all that other stuff. And then if that's the way I am introducing it or talking about it, they don't hear the music. Now, when I get done talking to somebody, they don't even remember necessarily the words. All they can remember is the music. That's what I want you to be able to get. When your belief level is another notch, when you're up another level, it's the music. It's not necessarily even what you say. It's just how you said it. It's the belief. It's the conviction. It's the things that happen from within you, from within us, about what we actually have. When you're a disruptor in the marketplace, expect resistance. It's going to happen. Expect people to push you back. It's going to happen. Do you think the cab business around the cities around the world wanted to hear about Uber or Lyft? They didn't. Do you really think that they wanted to succumb to think that that app in the newer car and this whole experience was going to be a better solution for travelers. No, they did not. Why did they not want that? Because it would be taking away a piece of their livelihood. That's why. Do you really think that Blockbuster Video wanted to see and hear and learn and think about Redbox? Do you think they wanted to look at that model? No, they didn't. They wondered, will people actually go to a vending machine? How about when Netflix hit the street? How about when all of your services right at your fingertips, right from your remote, you could literally pay per view, watch anything, alphabeticalized, right on your TV screen, and technology made Blockbuster totally extinct. What about that? So let me ask you a question. Do you really honestly think that everybody wants to believe what it is you have? No, they don't. But after it takes hold, after it goes through a certain stage, after we get to a certain point, the resistance starts to fade. Reality starts to set in. Reality is that it is a better experience than a taxi cab. Reality is it's much more convenient to watch a movie today the way we watch it. Reality is that vinyl records really aren't coming back. Tapes or 8-tracks. It's digital. That's reality. Yellow page phone books. Do you remember them? I remember as a business owner, I used to have to pay a sales rep coming into my office, and depending on how many books I would want to be in, and then how big the ad was, and was the ad in color, that was going to determine how much money you were going to pay to be in those books. Give a 15-year-old today a yellow page directory and tell them to look up a florist or look up a limo company and watch the look you get on your face. Look at you like you're crazy. What would they grab in order to go look anything up? Grab their phone. Why? It's a better way. The resistance was in the beginning. Do you think those printed publications, newspapers, I can remember newspapers, do you really think they wanted to see this whole digital revolution? Because it threatened, it violated them. So just know, guys, you are the pioneers. You are the pioneers. There's 1% of the market that if we capture, we'll create a big company. This is the very forefront. Your mindset. Are we going to succumb? Are we going to listen to the guy that says $159.95? 159, that's too much money. Okay, great, then it's not for you. For the 99%, I don't care. We're not going to change it down to 139 because like that's going to change the whole business. Or 122 because now we're going to be able to sell a whole lot more because no, we're not. We probably wouldn't be able to stay in business because we can't do what we do for that price. So, are we going to get everybody? No. But I'm telling you what, the elephant in the room, one of the elephant in the room is the price. What is your mindset on that? Half empty, half full. What is your mindset on the value of what we bring to the marketplace? What is your mindset? I want to ask you a question. I'm going to pick you randomly. Let's just say that the Kleins go out. The Kleins go out and they build their business based on the 40 and over crowd. They build their residual check to $50,000 a month. $50,000 a month. Their whole business is a 40 and over crowd. Gainfully employed, successful. Some of them even get in the business. When it comes time to go to a convention, They have no problem getting a ticket, no problem getting the airfare, no problem getting the hotel. For fun. They're going because they may want to make an extra $500. Suppose your business had that $50,000 residual, and somebody else on the call builds their business, smoke in the mirrors and the hype and the BS. You surround yourself with noise. You surround yourself with bozos, people that really don't believe in the product. If you talk to them one-on-one, they don't believe in it. They tell you, well, we're going to try and make some money. We're going to give it a whirl. It's really a unique story. A very weaker mindset. You surround yourself and build your organization that way. You may reach a $50,000 check for a second. You remember a company called Visalis? 90-day challenge, strictly in weight loss. It went up like a bottle rocket and it came down like a bottle rocket. Hey, listen, I'm not here opinions. I'm just talking about facts. They went up like a bottle rocket. Facts are they came down like a bottle rocket. That's it. I don't want my business to do that. You? I don't want my business to go up like a bottle rocket and come down like a bottle rocket. I want my business to organically move. Steady. I want it to move with the right people. When those people come in, birds of a feather flock together, guess who they will share with? The same people. I don't need to enroll 10 people this week that bought a $39 pack. Are you kidding me? What in the world does that do for anybody, a $39 pack? Bobby Kalika has 10 people. If they joined his business tomorrow and they all paid $39.95, what did that do to his business? Nothing. As a matter of fact, they're probably going to tell somebody that's going to do the same thing because we live in a monkey see, monkey do world. People do what we do, not what we say. Do what we do, not what we say. People often ask me, Rob, what did you do? Well, I came in at a $39 pack. And 18 months later, I decided to swab. And 6 months after that, I referred my first person. Isn't it? No! Success loves speed. What did I do? I got in, I got a pack, the business builder pack. I got swabbed. I got onto my product. I started building and sharing with my first few people. You know, I start to build my story. Now, again, I'm not telling everybody that they have to move fast. I'm just telling you to move with the right people. You want to lock arms with the right people. There's 7 billion people out there. What do we don't want to lock arms with the wrong ones. A person convinced against their will has the same opinion still. If they think the price is too much today, it's going to be too much in 10 weeks from now. And I don't have the time, the effort, or the energy to sit here to wipe their tail and try to convince them why it has a great value, why I think the damn product is worth $800 to $1,000. Not saying people will pay that, but I actually think the value is much higher. Much higher. So having said that, I hope that you received a couple nuggets out of this call. I hope that your belief, if I only took the grinder and was able to just go one time over your blade, just once, you're a little bit sharper, just a little bit more belief level than you actually had before we started tonight. Because we all go out here tomorrow at the beginning of the week and we start the week and we all have the same challenges. I don't live in a magic bubble. I deal with the very same exact objection and rejection that you do. I do also. My belief level is at a high level. I let it run off me like water off of a duck's back because I am not going to believe that noise. I don't believe what they say. I believe what they believe. I believe what I believe. I believe we're a paradigm shift. I believe we're a disruptive technology. I believe that we're a better solution to the consumer. I believe that the value is much higher than the cost. I believe we have no competition. I believe we're going to go around the world. I believe right now is the right time. I believe this is the right product. I believe this is the right place. These are the things that I believe, and I let them believe what they want to believe. God bless you. You either choose to participate or you will choose to watch. If you decide to watch, just let me know. I'll buy you some popcorn, because you, my friend, are going to watch a lot of people make a lot of money. So if you decide to watch, just let me know. We love you. No hard feelings, but just sit back and enjoy the show. Popcorn. Because everybody has a chance to participate. Everybody has a chance to watch. If they want to participate, wonderful, but don't participate half-cocked. Don't participate with false illusions. Don't participate smoke and mirrors. Don't participate halfway. Don't participate like, oh, I'm going to see. I don't want to lock arms with 10 people and then 100 people and then 1,000 people and then thousands of people that are like, oh, I don't know. No, lock arms with people that are like-minded, people that believe, people that know, people that see the big vision, people that are going to be on that product a year from now on their auto ship, and still, even if they're not a nutritionist, tell people about that product regularly. I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm a member of Legal Shield. As a customer, never been in the business. A friend of mine's Brian Carruthers. Brian's made over $20 million with Legal Shield. Brian's who I signed up with. Customer. If you ask Brian how many times I refer him to people throughout the year, you just ask him and he'll tell you. I refer him constantly all throughout the year to people. Why? Because I'm a customer. I like the service, and I refer people to the service. Imagine that. Imagine your business filled up with consumers that love the product, that shut up about it, that tell other people about it. You want to build an army of those? I do. So once again, guys, we have to choose. Marketing. Is the glass half empty? Is it half full? Who are we going to build the army with? Who are we going to go out here? There's 7 billion of them. That don't mean we have to take them all. That don't mean we even need to deal with the majority of them. Let's go get the best of them. Leave the rest of them. Leave them to somebody else. Think in abundance, not in scarcity. Right now, we've got the whole market wide open. There's no scarcity at all. It's a complete level ball field right now. We all have the chance to rise up to the top of the mountain. I hope to see you. The Kleins are going to be doing the presentation, the overview on our next business opportunity overview. I hope you enjoyed the call. I hope that your belief for you is that your belief level is a little stronger, because it's magical what happens. Absolute magical. You can't be weak. Don't take what you have and just be weak with it. Have and grab it and go. Go slow because you're busy doing whatever. Just grab it and go. And know what you have. You have the topper of all toppers. I mean, you have the daddy of the Mac Daddy. You've got the game changer. Don't let anybody try to convince you otherwise. You'll regret it for the rest of your life. Guys, I appreciate you, and I look forward to this week. Have a fantastic week. Thank you for joining. Robert, thank you. You did an awesome job. Lori, thank you for coming on. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.